Good evening, I am Tingay Tim Halkip and this is TC Network English News Channel. Today's top stories include Congress candidate threatened, Manipur Congress suggests Manipur DZP to provide maximum security. Kuki-Zo Christians celebrate Easter Sunday symbolizing Christ's triumphant resurrection. News in details. The Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee (MPCC) has suggested the Director General Police of Manipur, Rajiv Singh, to provide maximum numbers of security personnel, particularly from central forces like CRPF, for the INC candidate for Inner Manipur Lok Sabha seat, Dr. Angomcha Bimol Akoizam, at the earliest. In this regard, the President of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, Kaisam Megachandra, had sent a letter to the DZP Manipur on March 29, said the Hills Journal. In the letter, Megachandra stated that on March 28, 2024, at about 3 p.m., some unknown persons went to Bimol Akoizam and asked about his whereabouts to his family members. The unknown persons told his family members that Dr. Angomcha Bimol Akoizam must attend a meeting with them at Kombiray Garden on March 29 at about 8 in the morning. The said unknown persons around 5 or 6 again came to the house of our candidate after around 1 hour gap and repeatedly asked the family members not to disobey their order by our candidate, said the INC president. He said that the candidate himself and MPCC legal department had written applications to the DZP office as well as the office of the Chief Electoral Office, Manipur, for taking up necessary security measures by providing adequate security personnel for the candidate's protection. However, no security personnel have been deployed or provided in respect of the INC candidate, Dr. Akoizam, till that, he said. In such a situation, if adequate security personnel are not provided at the earliest, there may be untoward incidents which may not be compensated in terms of money, since the candidate has reasonable apprehension of his life at risk, the letter added. MPCC stated that if such threats repeatedly happen against the candidates, particularly to the INC candidate, there might not be free and fair practice of the election. Marking the resurrection of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion and death at Calvary on Good Friday, Easter Sunday, the holiest day in the Christian calendar, was also widely observed in Kuki-Zo Christian-dominated districts with fervor and reverence in all churches. The crisp morning air in Kangpokpi's district headquarters reverberated with the joyful peal of church bells and uplifting hymns as the town folks, dressed in white and light attire, made their way to their respective churches for a day of celebration. Despite challenges posed by the ongoing conflicts, the Christian community in the district gathered in their respective churches, donning their finest attire to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Besides the religious fervor and various ceremonies such as special morning services and evening devotional services, Easter was marked by the distribution of beautifully decorated Easter eggs. Additionally, some visited the town cemetery dressed in white to reenact the resurrection of Jesus Christ, while others celebrated with hymns like "Christ is risen, Hallelujah, praise the Lord, O my soul." However, the Christian community suspended the traditional noon gathering to sing hymns together due to the ongoing conflict, which has persisted for almost a year. At KBC Center Church, Kangpokpi, a bustling congregation gathered for a service led by Pastor Reverend Zamkhao Haukip. The pastor's stirring message, coupled with the intricately decorated Easter eggs crafted by the youth department, captivated the attendees. Throughout Saturday night, the energetic youth department of KBC Center Church Kangpokpi diligently decorated thousands of boiled eggs, which were joyfully distributed to the congregation on Easter Sunday. Similarly, thousands attended KCC Easter Sunday worship service led by Dr. H. Chongloy and Dr. S. Chongloy, with Reverend J. Lun Kim leading the God's Supper. The Christian Revival Church hosted an Easter feast commemorating the victorious resurrection of Jesus Christ. Today at around 5:30 a.m., an organization named Young Cookie, which is a philanthropic organization focusing on the cleanliness of the district, carried out social work at and around Tuibong Market. Despite the abnormal weather condition, around 50 young men and women come together and took part in the social work. This organization is a non-profit organization, and they carried out their own funds to buy the necessary items for their work. Ngam Ching Lin, the leader of the organization, said that we did this cleanliness drive to show our people the importance of sanitation in our district. The abnormal functioning of the government is one key factor leading to the improper disposal of waste everywhere in the open places. He further says that we are contented as long as our courtyards are clean and do not care about the rest, which needs to be corrected. When we go to other places, we are elated to see their clean surroundings. We took pictures and praised them, but never have we ever tried to clean up our own surroundings. We start this cleanliness drive and clean up the dirty places of the district, especially the marketplaces, to set an example to the rest. Any youngsters who wants to join the organization and help in creating a clean Lamka are always welcome, he added. Breeze Kimnai Team, a member of the organization, quoted from Mahatma Gandhi saying, "Be the change you want to see, and since we want a clean Lamka, we should work together on it to achieve it. We should not point fingers at each other, but be the first to initiate the work and achieve the change we desired," she added. Elise, a social worker, also said that due to the lack of sanitation in our district, we also had poor health, and she requested the public to take sanitation seriously, and also she further requested the public to dispose waste at the right place and to not litter around.
We are no one else but people, the youth, who care about our environment and, to be precise, about our land. And we would like to send a message that change should start from ourselves. Just like Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. So we may not be able to change the whole world, but the first change must come from us. And we have been working here since early morning, 5:30 like that. We were actually planning to start at around 5, but because of the rain and thunderstorm, we were unable to start at the right moment. But the moment we started working till now, we have been working incessantly without any stopping, and we have been saying Igam Hilauham, so it's our land, so come join us in cleaning our land, our area. That's all I want to say. And I would like to say thank you to all our friends, and yes, these small kids as well, for being a part of this cleanliness movement. And in the future also we may come out with more steps, and I would like to request everyone to be part of us. Thank you.
The United National Liberation Front P, a banned terror group, has failed to surrender weapons or provide a list of its members despite signing a ceasefire agreement with the center 4 months ago, officials said on Sunday, amid concerns by security agencies that its cadre will still carrying out violence in Manipur. Even after 3 rounds of talks with state authorities, the UNLF, the first Meitei terror outfit to agree to a ceasefire, has not complied with the agreed terms since the agreement was inked on November 29 last. Concerns have been raised by security agencies over the ongoing violence in Manipur, attributed to UNLFP members despite the ceasefire. Led by K.H. Pompey, the UNLFP made history by becoming the first Meitei armed group in the Imphal Valley to engage in a ceasefire agreement with the government, pledging to renounce violence. The UNLFP's demands for camp establishment near Kuki-populated areas was resisted by security agencies, fearing a potential escalation in ethnic conflicts that have already resulted in over 200 casualties in the state. Temporary camp arrangements have been approved in Ingorok in Thoubal district and the agriculture town of Kakching Khuno in Kakching district, the official said. Security agencies rejected the UNLF objection to the presence of central paramilitary forces at the camps, as also setting up camps on the foothills. Officials urged the UNLF to surrender weapons and provide a list of members for relocation. Recent reports indicate that UNLF members are establishing camps near Kuki settlements to target tribal populations, fostering tensions. Despite the ceasefire agreements intend to halt hostilities, recent incidents show UNLFP members are carrying out violent activities with impunity, even looting arms from security forces, the officials said. According to reports, the cadre of the banned terror group was illegally involved in looting arms and ammunition from the 5th Indian Reserve Battalion (IRB) at Chingarel in Manipur East on Friday 13 and opening fire at Moirang Purel on vehicles heading towards Churachandpur last month. The unrest escalated when reports claimed that a shooting incident in Mapao village, predominantly inhabited by the people of the Kuki ethnicity, was carried out by individuals illegally associated with the Arambay Tengol and UNLFP cadre. This cadre of UNLFP were reportedly providing live updates on social media while claiming to target the Kuki community. The ceasefire deal was envisioned to end decades-long conflicts between UNLFP and security forces, paving the way for community concerns to be addressed. Formed in 1964, the UNLFP has operated within and outside Indian borders. The center has signed agreements with northeastern armed groups since 2014 to quell unrest and foster growth. Furthermore, a suspension of Operation SOO with 21 Kuki-dominated groups has been in place since 2008 to maintain peace in Manipur's hilly regions. The unilateral withdrawal by the Manipur government from the SOO due to allegations of land encroachment by two Kuki insurgent groups in March has not received central government endorsement. Yesterday, the 31st of March 2024, at around midnight, an accident occurred at Tedim Road, Lingsipay. One, El Paumintang Khongsai, 32 years of Seikhulun Khongsai, passed away at the accident spot. The deceased is reported to temporarily hail from Kamu Saisang, Kangpopi district, and is an internally displaced person from Khongsai Veng in Phal. He is an advocate and also a member of the Kotu legal team. After his body underwent post-mortem, he was reported to be taken back to Kangpopi for burial program. Kangpopi Christian Church will preside over the burial program of the deceased. The deceased owned a plot of land at Churachandpur, and he came to Churachandpur to attend his property as well as visit his relatives, and this incident occurred during his visit. The cause of death was reported that the deceased was leaning out of the window while traveling by car and hit his head against a DI which was parked near the highway. We have lost such a brilliant and important person who enormously contributed to the society in this time of conflict and chaos. His death is a loss for the whole community. Manipur police apprehended an 18-year-old boy and a minor in Imphal West District on Sunday for their alleged involvement in serious criminal activities. As per India Today Northeast, the arrested teenager is identified as Moirang Thim Lanchenba Mitei. An official statement suggests that they are suspected members of a gang called Salailen Mapari, Kangleipak Defense Force, involved in theft, extortion, and antisocial activities. The police recovered a case of weapons and paraphernalia associated with the gang's operations, including firearms, a Chinese hand grenade, wireless sets, a gang shield, and a blue flag. Personal attire and organizational materials were also discovered, indicating the gang's depth of involvement. Among the seized items were camouflage clothing bearing the gang's insignia and sign letterheads. To disrupt the gang's operations, the police impounded a van and a motorcycle believed to be used by the group. An official case has been registered and further investigation is in progress. The Kuki Students Organization Sadar Hills made a public notice dated the 1st April 2024. The KSO Sadar Hills, through the notice, made a request to all the students of Kangpokpi district regarding the shutting down of its office, saying the KSO Sadar Hills is deeply pained by this act. Since we are facing war crisis at the moment, let's not add up more troubles by stirring up internal crises. The KSO Sadar Hills will solve this problem in the earliest and assured all the students that it will no matter what affect their career. The notice further requests the students to call off the sit-in protest, which was supposed to be held today. Heavy rain and hailstorm last Boko Lampi, leaving numerous families homeless and stranded. The extreme downpour led to severe flooding, forcing many residents to seek refuge in the open air. Tragedy struck when a house collapsed during the night, resulting in 4 people sustaining serious injuries. The injured, identified as Bhima Roy, Janki Roy, and Prabitra Roy, were taken to Boko Health Center for urgent medical attention. The condition of the road is poor. The roads were blocked with broken trees due to the heavy rain and hailstorm. We have spent more than half an hour to clean the road by cutting the trees that fell off on the road, blocking the transportation, says one of the victims. We were outside when the hailstorm came. The heavy stone hit us on our head, and I still feel dizzy because of the incident, he added further. Additionally, another incident occurred when a large tree toppled onto Lampi Road, causing further injuries. Among the victims was Radhika Sonar, a 30-year-old resident of Makaibari, Lower Lampi, who suffered critical injuries when debris from her collapsing home struck her head. The calamity also inflicted damage on several residences, including those belonging to Budi Maya, Indu Maya, Rina Gurung, and numerous others. The aftermath of the calamity has left the community grappling with destruction and displacement. On the other hand, Northern District of Mizoram experienced a devastating hailstorm in the early hours of Monday morning, resulting in the destruction of over 200 rooftops across several districts. The incident, which occurred around 1 a.m., left a trail of destruction, particularly affecting houses with tin or corrugated rooftops. Reports from the village council president (VCP) of Bilkolir, Marveng, a local area, indicate that approximately 100 houses suffered a significant damage due to the hailstorm. The large size of the hailstones causes extensive destruction, shattering glasses of vehicles parked outside homes as well. The impact of the hailstorm extended to neighboring localities, as reported by the VCP of Bilkotlir South. In this area, where many houses also featured tin or corrugated rooftops, an additional 130 houses have reported damage. The VCP expressed concern that more damage reports may emerge as residents assess the aftermath of the storm. The head of Ukraine's largest private energy firm, DTEK, said on Saturday that 5 of its 6 plants have been damaged or destroyed, with 80% of its generating capacity lost after 2 weeks of Russian attacks, and that repairs could take up to 18 months. Russian missile and drone attacks hit thermal and hydropower plants in central and western Ukraine overnight on Friday. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky, in his nightly video address on Saturday, said Russia was carrying out vile strikes designed to cause the bleeding of Ukraine energy. America, Europe, our other partners, everyone knows what we need, he said. Everyone knows how important it is right now to help us protect ourselves from these strikes. DTEK, which meets about a quarter of the country's needs, has seen its thermal power stations and other facilities repeatedly hit by Russian missiles, drones and artillery in more than 20 years of war. DTEK Executive Director Dmytro Sakharuk said in remarks shown on national television that waves of attacks on March 22 and March 29 had hit thermal and hydro production in almost all regions, and that distribution facilities were destroyed. To be specific, 5 out of 6 of our stations were severely damaged. Some units were destroyed, some were damaged by 50% or more, he said. This applies to both the western regions and the central regions, and both the equipment necessary for the production of electricity and for transmission from the station to the grid were damaged, he said. His company suffered losses amounting to $300 million for equipment alone, he said, while labor costs would require as much as half as much again. We have determined that 80% of the available generating capacity is not working now, he added. A senior official at the Centrinergo generating company said the 10-unit Miska thermal plant in northeastern Kharkiv region had been destroyed in the March 22 attacks. DTEK spends $110 million restoring 10 blocks hit by Russian attacks last year, Sakharuk said, with 2/3 of those now destroyed again. It will require months of repairs, he said, and in some cases as long as a year and a half. It takes time to manufacture a turbine or a generator or a transformer, so you need to be prepared for the fact that the power will return gradually, he said. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.